Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Bannergy Reviews. Welcome back to my channel. This is a video that I've been planning for so long, but unfortunately, due to some other issues, we haven't been able to do this. But as it's the Christmas period, the busiest period in the Premier League season, I am here with one of my very closest friends who is a die-hard Manchester United fan, Animesh Gupta, and we will be doing the combined 11 so far for the season. We will do the review for the Premier League season. We will talk about Premier League in general. So first, I would like to welcome my friend into the chat. That is Animesh. Hi, Animesh.
Hello, Shonok. Thanks for
How
that
are you?
great introduction. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Uh, we haven't seen each other for 9 months now. We go to the
Yeah, yeah.
it has been such a long time due to
Same.
this season. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Animesh. So, as you're a Manchester United fan, you have been having a brilliant a month or so after the Arsenal defeat. You have won consecutive 4 games, I believe, 4 or 5.
I think four or five. I
Four or
think I'm
five.
not
Yeah.
very sure actually. Yeah,
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 but it has been a loads of comebacks as well, like against
yeah, yeah.
West Ham, Southampton, right? Yeah,
West Ham, West Ham,
West Ham,
Southampton,
Southampton, and
and
like next Leeds.
I think even West Brom, if I'm not wrong. I'm not. Was it West Brom?
Yeah, West Brom. Yeah, so let
Yeah, yeah.
then if we talk about the Premier League season so far, this has been a big roller coaster ride this season, right? Like we have seen
Yes,
teams
yes.
that we didn't expect to start brilliantly. We can expect someone like a Everton who did so well in the first half because they had players, but after James Rodriguez got injured and maybe Luca Dean as well got injured, they fell off the boil. Aston Villa beating Liverpool 7-2. So, what's your thoughts on the Premier League season so far?
I think this is one of the most unpredictable seasons I've ever seen. Especially because the effect that COVID has had on the Premier League. We can see teams like Aston Villa beating Liverpool 7-2, and well, Tottenham. I don't think they're as good a team to beat United 6-1, but that's what happened. Because I think a lot of the teams that were involved in Europe towards the latter stage of last season, they couldn't prepare properly for the beginning of this season, and I think that's affected a lot of the results towards the beginning, which is why I think there are still, I think, 6 7 teams at least that would compete for the title at
Yeah,
this
they're
stage.
coming into that title contenders and stuff like that. Other than that, we'll talk about a few things. Uh, Manchester City hasn't been able to perform the way they have been performing like for the last 3 years. They have been absolutely
Yes,
brilliant in the last 3 years, but this season they have completely gone off the boil. What do you think? Missing, they have been missing Aguero. Do you think that's the main reason, or maybe the
I
centre
think
backs aren't that of that quality, even though they have bought so many?
I think if you look at their stats this season, I think the defense has improved a lot. So I don't think the centre backs are much of a problem. But I think because the defensive, to improve the defensive record, I was watching their game, a couple of weeks back against West Brom. Yeah, Manchester City against West Brom, the game they drew. Slaven Bilic's last match. They were playing with two defensive midfielders, two holding midfielders. That's something I've never seen Pep Guardiola do. I think
Absolutely.
also the fact that David Silva has left the club. I think they thought Phil Foden would replace David Silva, and Phil Foden is undoubtedly a fantastic talent. But I think it will take time for somebody to properly replace David Silva, and Phil Foden will take his time. I
Yeah,
think
David
that's one
Silva
of the
had
reasons
been
why
for
they.
in City for almost 10 years, and he has been a
Yes, yes,
Premier League legend. So someone replacing David Silva would have been difficult. And I also feel someone like an Sergio Aguero, who is a prolific goal scorer for Manchester
yeah,
City, they have been missing him a
that's
lot.
there for sure. Yes,
The
yes,
goals haven't
they've
been
been
coming.
missing him a lot.
Like we know Manchester City for scoring the goals that they do, but they haven't been able to score the
Exactly.
goals. Yeah. Then
Yeah,
let's
they
talk
haven't
about
been
someone
able
like a
to.
Tottenham. Tottenham has, as we all know, Jose Mourinho's second season, he always comes up with something or else he has to come up with. And this season, they were top of the league for 3 to 4 weeks in a row, and then they fell off the boil.
Yeah.
But do you think like Tottenham can keep this trend, of Mourinho can keep his trend of the second season, or even and it would or else it would be something like what happens to Tottenham every year that they just bottle it.
I don't think that if you say Tottenham would bottle it, that would mean that we were expecting them to win the league. But I don't think anybody was expecting Tottenham to win the league. So I don't think we can say that Tottenham have bottled it. If they make the Champions League, I think that will be a very good season for them.
Okay.
Because to be honest, I don't think even though the table right now probably suggests that 6, 7 teams can compete, but according to me, I think Liverpool are the best place to win the league. And
Absolutely.
over the course of a 38 game season, I don't think any other team can really compete with Liverpool. Even though you could say, I saw the Tottenham Liverpool game, and Tottenham were very good in the counter attack and everything. But if you compare the overall game, Liverpool's game is just at another level right now. You can't compete at that level. So I don't think just because it's the second season for Jose Mourinho, it's going to take a bit more than that. Beat Liverpool. This Liverpool team. That's
I
what I
was
think.
going to about to get to Liverpool. The thing is, Liverpool missed Van Dijk, Gomez, Fabinho for some time, Trent Alexander for
Yeah.
some time. But this team is like a well-oiled machine, it looks like. Like whoever comes to replace this, if you remember the game that Nat Phillips played, I don't remember the team against he played. Nat Phillips, the
Yeah.
defender,
Yeah.
it was his first
Yeah.
game for Liverpool in the Premier League, and he performed so well. Like Klopp is a brilliant man manager. We already know that. We have seen that. Minamino getting his first goal for the Premier League in Premier League. Like he understands his players so well. He understands the player how he plays. That gives Liverpool that edge, I believe, even this season. I will be getting into the title
Yeah.
contenders and the top four and all about that. Let's talk about Manchester Chelsea then now. Like Chelsea, as I am a huge
Yeah.
Chelsea fan, I the biggest change that I have seen in Chelsea from last season is the defense. Already, we can see that. We
Yes.
have
Yes.
Thiago Silva and Ben Chilwell as well as Edouard Mendy coming in this summer, and it has changed drastically a lot. Main, I would say, is the impact of Edouard Mendy. He has already kept 10 clean sheets in the 16 games, and that's what Kepa has done for 45 games. So that shows the effect that Edouard Mendy has already had in the Chelsea side, and that also. I believe Werner and Havertz haven't been able to perform the way they have been expected. They were expected to do so, but Werner started off well but fell off the boil. And what do you think? What were your thoughts on Chelsea as you see them? Like even, but I just want to add one thing before you say anything. That Manchester United versus Chelsea was one of the worst games of Premier League I have seen in my entire life. Like it was such a boring game. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I do agree. I think there's a reason for that, because even now, I think there's this record that Chelsea have not beaten a top 10 side this season. I think
Like
that
firm
was
off, yeah,
probably one of the
absolutely.
reasons why I think Frank Lampard went a bit safe, and even Ole Gunnar, because United's home record has been woeful this season. So I think both managers went very safe that game, and it was a defensive stalemate. Even though there were a few shots here and there, but I don't think any either team deserved to really win that match. And I think as far as Chelsea is concerned, I agree with you. I think Chelsea have improved a lot defensively, especially Thiago Silva, his experience, and how he and he seems to make the other players around him look better. I see him instructing players like Ben Chilwell, Reece James, young players. He asked them to change position, and even Kurt Zuma. I think Kurt Zuma's game has improved a lot playing alongside Thiago Silva,
Absolutely.
and obviously Edward Mendy seems to be a fantastic goalkeeper. When he arrived, I had my doubts about him. I didn't think he would adjust so quickly to the Premier League. But he seems to be like the Bruno Fernandes of goalkeepers at this moment.
Okay, okay,
So
that's was a big
he's
step
a
because
he's,
Bruno Fernandes, like he has been a revolution for Manchester United. Like, arguably, if I am not wrong, I think you might agree, he is the best player since Alex Ferguson left to
yes, I think
play for
absolutely
Manchester
he
United.
has been the best signing. Absolutely, he has been the best signing post Alex Ferguson.
Yeah. So,
I think
yeah, yeah, go on, go on.
I think right now Bruno Fernandes might even be the best player in the Premier League. I might be saying that because I'm a United fan, but I think currently, because of the stats he's putting up every week, he's competing with Kevin De Bruyne, even overtaking Kevin De Bruyne. So I don't see why we can't call him the best player in the Premier League right now.
Yeah, the like yes, the contributions and the play, the way he is the best player in Manchester United, undoubtedly. Even maybe one of the, yeah, maybe he's maybe the best player in the Premier League. Like it's hard to argue. Like he already has already more contributions than Mohamed Salah in the Liverpool colours. So yeah, it's hard to disagree on that. Like whether Bruno Fernandes is the best player in the Premier League. Uh, I would love to see a whole season of him before I come to the point. Like people started comparing
For
Virgil
sure.
van Dijk with Sergio Ramos, but we
Oh,
also like
yes, yes.
it's difficult to compare when we see a single season. When he plays day in day out, then maybe yeah. Then
Exactly.
someone like let's talk about Leicester City. Leicester City,
That's the city,
the
yeah.
underdogs of Premier League all throughout their life. Like, but yeah, they won the Premier League in 2015. After that, they have been the underdogs. They played, they beat big teams. They beat Tottenham just now. Like, so Leicester
Also,
City, what do
Manchester
you say?
City, they beat.
Yeah, also Manchester City.
I
Sorry,
think
yeah.
I actually think I can't call Leicester City an underdog anymore because the way they have been performing consistently for even the last season and this season. I think I have to call them a part of the top six, and they might be replacing a certain club called Arsenal because Arsenal are
We'll talk
struggling a
about
lot.
Arsenal in the next
So
segment.
so for me, I think Leicester City, with the quality they have, the way they are playing, they seem to have a set philosophy of playing. And what I've seen this season, I think Brendan Rodgers is, he's developing his game a lot more. Last season I saw that against
Absolutely.
the big teams, Brendan Rodgers couldn't manage to beat them. But this season he's going a bit more defensive and he's playing on the counter attack. He's playing to the strengths of Jamie Vardy. And that is absolutely causing havoc for the big teams. So I
And
think he's
even
adding
though
more.
they were missing someone like a James Madison, who is one of the key players
Exactly.
for Brendan Rodgers, they have been
Yes.
able to keep that momentum throughout because the likes of Yuri Tillemans and Harvey Barnes have been playing really well. So
Exactly.
as
Yes.
Manchester
Yes.
United face Leicester City this week in the Boxing Day,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
are you looking forward to the like? Are you thinking that yes, there might be an upset on the cards, or if not an upset, like a Leicester win maybe?
It's difficult to predict the result right now because Leicester have been poor at home and we have been very good away from home. So that way, if you're looking at the record, then maybe we are the favorites. But I can't say that because Leicester City are a fantastic team, and the way they have been setting up against the top team this year, I think they could find a way to stop our counterattacks. And if they do that, then we'll have problems breaking them down. So let's hope for the
Someone like
best.
a
Really.
Castagna who is back, Timo Castagna who
Yes.
is
Yes.
back, and
Yeah.
I believe he's a very good player. Like uh, he does, like he gives the attacking prowess to the team, like the crosses for Jamie Vardy, and maybe like he's a good player, looks good, like and someone like
He's a very good
Madison,
player.
Tulemels, all back into the team. Barnes, it will be a very exciting game to watch. I have
Yeah.
to
Very
say.
exciting game. Yes, it will be a very
Talking
exciting
about
game. I'm
someone
looking
like
forward to it.
let's talk about the underdogs, like the surprises of the season. Aston Villa, Everton, Wolves. Do you think, like, I have a feeling that Wolves always are a team who tends to beat big teams and then loses to small teams. They always do that. They did it in the second season before this, season before that. They always tend to beat the bigger teams and then lose to the small teams. They beat Chelsea and then they lost to West Brom, right? Yeah, Brighton.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so they lost.
I'm not
Like
sure about the team. I think, yeah.
yeah, so that's what they do. Like, but the Wolves have always been in the top five, top six nowadays. So and Aston Villa, who is playing, Southampton has been playing really well.
Yeah.
So among these teams,
Southampton has been playing really
which
well.
team are you thinking that yeah, maybe a Europa League spot, maybe a FA Cup semi-final, maybe something that sort team that can go a bit far this season?
Could you repeat the last part? The internet connection was lost for a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. The thing is, I was asking that which team do you think can go a bit further, like beating maybe a Europa League spot, maybe something like that, who can fight for a Europa League spot?
I think I think Southampton have impressed me a lot this season, especially because they seem to be of the three teams that you just mentioned, Southampton, Wolves, and Aston Villa. I think Southampton are the most consistent of the three of them. And there seems to be a set style of for them to play similar in many ways to Liverpool. I think they have a very very high
High
press
press,
game,
yeah, very
and
high press.
very high press game, and a very highly energetic game. They don't have the personnel that Liverpool have, obviously, but I think Ralph Hasenhuttl has done a fantastic job at Southampton. He's improving them a lot, and I think Wolves. I would have considered Wolves, but I think the injury to Raul Jimenez is going to affect them a lot. They will, they won't be able to win as many games as they would normally win with him in the squad. And Aston Villa, I think they have fantastic individual players. Jack Grealish, he's just amazing. The stuff he does with the ball.
Like
Jack Grealish is a fantastic player.
undoubtedly the best player other than top six from the top six. Best player,
Absolutely,
hands
absolutely.
down.
Absolutely. Jack Grealish is a fantastic player. I think Ross Barkley is doing very well after he's gone from Chelsea to Aston Villa on loan.
It's
I
a
think
loan
it'll be
move, I believe.
interesting
Yeah.
next season. Yes, yes. I think it will be very interesting next season if Frank Lampard wants him back, with his performances for Villa.
Even if I talk
But
about a few Chelsea players, even Conor Gallagher, if you have heard from West
yeah,
Bromwich
Conor
Albion,
Gallagher. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
he has been
Yes,
playing
Conor
really
Gallagher.
well, really well.
He's been playing
Uh,
very well. Yes.
yeah. So there are a few players. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is in Fulham. So there are a few players who are playing in the Premier League. But Conor Gallagher has caught my eye. Let's
Chelsea have a lot of players on loan.
yeah, 44 is the number I believe. 44 players on loan throughout the world. So that's a loan army that we call for Chelsea. So yeah, Animesh, now I will put you on the spot, asking you the. I will start from the negative part. Who do you think will be relegated? Before I ask the player teams that you think relegated, and do you think Arsenal are one of the sides that could face a relegation battle this season?
Relegation battle.
They
Right
are just
now the
four
way
points
they're playing,
above the
I think
relegation
if
drop zone.
I think the way they're playing right now, I wouldn't, say that they won't be a part of the relegation battle because they don't seem to be improving, and unless they invest in the January transfer window or do something, maybe sack Arteta or bring somebody else in, I don't know. Unless they change something in, I don't see how Arsenal can get out of this mess. But I think people are also blaming Arteta a lot, but I think that squad isn't good enough.
Exactly,
Arsenal's
exactly. I
squad isn't.
completely agree to you on that, Animesh. Because uh, the personals aren't good enough to play like they are disciplined enough, Animesh. There
Exactly.
have been so
In
many red cards. Like, how could your team have so many red cards within a
almost
span of
every
5 weeks?
game.
Yeah,
Yaka, the
exactly.
next game
Every
it's
game,
Gabriel.
Gabriel, Nicolas Pepe, Granit Xhaka, all have had red cards in the recent weeks. So, and
I
yeah,
think
so
I think they need to play Mesut Ozil somehow. So they need to bring him into the squad. A player of that caliber to keep him on the sideline is just criminal. I think they need to play
absolutely,
him.
absolutely, completely agree with you on that. It's like if we keep away someone like an N'Golo Kante of the team, like he was someone like who used to create chances for Arsenal like brilliantly. So yeah,
Exactly.
Animesh, talking about the teams that you think will be relegated this season.
I think Sheffield United this season they seem to have lost that spark that they had last season, and I think they are one of the favorite candidates to get relegated. I think um, I think the other teams is difficult. Fulham they could go down. Fulham they seem to be they don't seem to be so strong. West Brom seem quite weak, but obviously Sam Allardyce has now arrived, and you would
And
probably think that
he's the
yeah,
savior
he is a
from
master of
relegation.
saving.
Savior from
Exactly.
relegation.
So, yeah. So if you look at the table, it's like other than these three teams are right now in the relegation zone, and just outside it's Brighton, Burnley, and Arsenal. So
Yeah.
you can't really rule Arsenal out of the relegation competition right now, because Burnley are doing well currently. Brighton maybe Brighton could go down as
And
well,
Burnley have a
but
game
I think
game
Sheffield.
in hand as well. Even they have a game in hand as well. Burnley.
Exactly, yes. Burnley have a game in hand. Yes,
So
absolutely. So I think Brighton, Fulham, and Sheffield, if have to be safe, but it's difficult. It's very difficult. I can't. I didn't mention West Brom, but it doesn't mean just because Sam Allardyce is there doesn't mean that they won't go down. And I can't rule out Arsenal as well. So yeah,
yeah.
but right now I think Brighton, Fulham, and Sheffield. Yes, sir. Right now I think.
Okay. So Brighton, Fulham, and Sheffield. So if I have to say mine, Sheffield is a must. I believe they have had 1 point in 14 or 15 odd games, 14 games. So that's uh a very horrifying stat for a team that had played so well last season. Like it was a team that we looked
Exactly.
forward to
Yeah.
watching, and seeing them play the overlapping centre backs thing was absolutely astonishing. But this season they have completely fallen off the boil. And Fulham, I don't think Fulham has the quality to stay in the Premier League. Like not in the team of
Exactly.
players, like the group of players. I believe the third team is very difficult. Like they have, I would add a team. I
Exactly.
think they look good. They look good in the eye. It's lovely watching them play. Leeds United. If they don't
Leeds
settle out
United.
their defense, if they don't settle out their defense, this team has a potential of going down because they have been leaking goals in and out. Like they keep scoring goals that, but they can't win games because they concede so much. Like, how could you expect a team to win games if you concede so much? Like, I understand the
I think the
style
thing
of
with
Bielsa wants to play everything. That's fine,
exactly.
but
And
that doesn't, that shouldn't stop you from thinking that no, I can't concede goals. If you keep on conceding goals, you can't like survive in the Premier League because Manchester United hit them for 6, Liverpool hit them for 4. They have been conceding 3 goals, 2 goals every game. So I would like, there are 3, 4 teams I believe are very on the verge. That would be Brighton. Brighton is a good team. A few injuries here and there have cost them a lot. Burnley, I
yes.
believe Sean Dyche will be able to keep them up. Like he's a manager who does have the ability to keep them up. Arsenal, I
Yeah.
don't know
I
what's
agree.
happening with them. I don't know. We play Arsenal in the Boxing Day. I don't know. Maybe that match would,
That should be an interesting game.
like I will.
That should be an
Chelsea
interesting game.
haven't. Chelsea always have a knack of losing to teams in the bottom half, but this season has been different. So I hope we don't lose to Arsenal. And then we have someone like a Leeds United who is 14th or 15th at the moment. So there are a few teams. Brighton, mine would be West Brom, Sheffield, and Fulham. My picks. The team at the bottom three at the
Okay.
moment.
Well, from Sheffield. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
that is
let's go get to the top four. Don't give away your champions yet, but just give me your top four.
my top four. I think Liverpool for sure.
Liverpool.
Liverpool. It's very difficult this season. There's so many contenders. I think Liverpool, Chelsea, United, Tottenham.
Absolutely. This is the same four I have in mind. I was thinking a lot because I was thinking maybe a Man City could come up. Like, but I don't see that in Man City this season. Maybe a fifth spot for the Europa League, maybe yes, but not the Champions League.
Maybe,
Like, they do
but
have a
it's going
game
to
in.
be difficult. They do
Yeah,
have
it's
a game
going
in
to be
hand. Yeah,
very
maybe
difficult.
it's going to be very difficult. It's very difficult to predict this season because Tottenham have improved a lot. It's difficult to rule them out as well. And Jose Mourinho seems to have he's got something back in his
Yeah.
even though they've lost the last 2 games. And I think we can't rule out also Everton. Everton are doing very well. Everton, Leicester City. Yeah,
Leicester
these two
City,
teams are
Everton, but to survive throughout the season, it will be difficult for them because they don't have that
yeah,
depth. Like if, as you
the
saw,
squad depth. Yeah, they don't.
As soon as James Rodriguez got injured, Everton started dropping points. Leicester City, if Jamie Vardy, I like touch wood, I hope not something happens like an injury, small injury, he's out of the. They don't have strikers. Kelechi Iheanacho, he isn't as prolific as Jamie Vardy. So like teams with the depth in the squad will be able to survive, and that's why even I feel like Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Manchester United. So now let's get to
Yeah,
the who are your favorites to win the Premier League this season.
the favorites I think are Liverpool for sure. Liverpool.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
difficult
can't.
to go past Liverpool at this moment. Like
It hurts. It hurts me to say it, but I can't. Liverpool have to be the favorites. The way they are playing, they seem to have gotten back to their form of last season. The way
yeah,
they have been
absolutely.
playing the last couple of games. I think the favorites are Liverpool. Maybe United could challenge or Chelsea could challenge. I'm not sure, but I think Liverpool have to be the favorites.
Yeah, even I agree. Liverpool are
Unless
the
unless maybe
favorites, and the top four will be like the title race would be very fascinating this season. I can assure
I
anyone
think
who is
so.
watching this, anyone who is listening this, whatever. But I assure this Premier League title race would be one of the greatest we have seen in our our lifetime. Maybe the
Yeah,
2020,
for sure.
11, 21, 12. season maybe was one of the best we have seen. Maybe this would lead up to that as well. So next,
For sure, for sure.
next,
Hopefully, it can go to the end.
yeah, next, I would talk about the signings or signing of the season. Like you could
Signing
name
of
a
the
few,
season.
and like I would give you five, six options: Diego Jota, Edward Mendy, Thiago
Okay.
Silva, maybe I don't remember names. Matt Doherty was there, but he isn't playing games. He has been injured. Yeah, go on. Who do you think is the signing of the season or signings of the season?
I think Diego
James
Jota
Rodriguez,
is a
sorry.
fantastic signing.
Yeah?
James Rodriguez is also a fantastic signing. Signing of the season, I think James Rodriguez, I think I would give him the signing of the season because simply for the way he's transformed Everton, because Liverpool were already a fantastic team. Diego Jota has undoubtedly added to the quality. But I think James Rodriguez has himself changed Everton into a fantastic team, without like similar to Bruno Fernandes. If without James Rodriguez, Everton are a different team. They don't have the creativity and it affects the team a lot. So I would think James Rodriguez is but I think I would also put Edward Mendy pretty high up the list. Edward Mendy has to be, I think he has to be in the top two or three signings. I think fantastic signing, Edward Mendy, because I think I get the feeling even if Thiago Silva wasn't there, I think Edward Mendy would have been, a fantastic goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He the way
He's
he commands.
vocal, he comes and catches the ball. Like the thing that we haven't been seeing, because Kepa is comparatively smaller than Edward
Yes.
Mendy. And the hands that Edward Mendy has, it's like Thanos hands. Like we call him the Thanos hands. Because it's so big. And he is vocal. He can talk to player. He knows French. It's Spanish, French, because it's helpful with Thiago Silva as well. So yeah, I would say
And
my three signings would be James Rodriguez, Edward Mendy, and maybe even Alan for Everton. Alan was
and
really
another another player I would like to mention, I think, is Pierre Emile Højbjerg. He's been
oh
fantastic for
Højbjerg,
Tottenham.
absolutely.
Højbjerg has been fantastic for Tottenham.
Like
He has
this
been,
that was I even if I'm not wrong, like I had completely forgot how the player. Like, he would be surely in my top three, four signings of the season. Pierre Emile Højbjerg.
absolutely. Højbjerg would be a fantastic signing. He's a fantastic. He's done fantastically well to
Like he
make
is a
that
player
Tottenham
who
midfield
was
so
made
solid.
for Jose Mourinho. I feel he
I
is
think
the
the perfect.
yeah, he is the like he plays the Makelele role so well. The Makelele role, the
Yeah.
sweeping the players and passing the ball, he does really well. So
I
yeah,
think
yeah, go on, go
for
on, go on.
Manchester United, they have been talking about a CDM in behind Pogba and Bruno. I can just imagine Højbjerg in there. If Højbjerg could be protecting the back four, and we could let Pogba and Bruno go, I think that would make us even stronger.
Pogba
I would
staying
have
at the
loved to
end
see.
of this season? Yes, no.
I think this season, yes, I think he'll probably leave in the summer.
I meant the summer. Yeah,
Okay.
he'll leave in the summer.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he'll leave in the summer.
Okay. Edison Cavani, like the signing. How would you rate the signing? Good, bad?
Cavani, I think he's been a very good signing. I think a lot of people were saying, Jadon Sancho and everything, when Jadon Sancho didn't happen. I think a lot of fans, they went into meltdown. They thought that, we can't complete the season. We don't have the squad. But I actually think, we have players, players like Rashford, players like Martial, Mason Greenwood, Dan James. These players can play on the wings. I think a proper number nine, that's something we did not have. I think Edinson Cavani is that, against Southampton, the way he just turned the game around himself. He's obviously he can't play every game right now because of his age. But I
Yeah,
think when he plays, then we can use him as a super sub. And
yeah.
Ollie knows absolutely how to use a super sub. And I think he could be a very important player for us, throughout the season. And I am looking forward to him scoring a lot of important goals for us. I think he's been a fantastic
Absolutely,
sign.
absolutely. Let's see how the things pan out. So this, yeah, I think I don't have any more topics. Yeah, I have one last topic that would we will be doing together. So for that, I need to share my screen first. Is it visible?
I actually can't see anything on the screen. You know.
You're unable to
Yeah,
see
I can
anything?
see it now.
Yeah.
I can see it now. I can see it now. Yeah.
Yeah. So we will be creating the Premier League season team of the season so far. So
Fantastic.
yeah. So first, let me write. Um, sorry, too many ads. Yeah. So formation. Which formation would you like to go with? Like with the CDM or without the
Uh,
CDM?
I think with a CDM
With the CDM. Okay.
with
Back three, back four.
yeah, back four. Yeah,
Back four.
back four.
Okay. Yeah. So wait 1 second. Yeah. So goalkeeper.
I think Allison or Edward Mendy between those two.
Not Martinez for
Allison,
Everton, Aston Villa. Aston Villa. Emiliano Martinez has been very good.
he has been very good, but if you're looking at the best, is he better than Allison or Edward Mendy?
So Edward Mendy or Allison.
Okay,
What's your pick?
I think so. Um, I think I would go with Allison. Simply for how he's done.
Okay,
The
let's go
same
with
concept
Allison.
that you were. Yeah, Allison.
Go on, go on. You can
Because
explain. You
the
can
same
explain. Go on.
logic you were using for Bruno Fernandes. I've seen Allison for I've seen Allison for a longer time in the Premier League. And
Yeah.
Edouard Mendy is just alive. He's already started fantastic, but let's see how he fares.
1 second.
Sure.
Allison is double L or single L?
I think double L. I'm not sure though. You could try it with a double L. Can't you just type the player and put it in?
No, it shows the players' photos as well. It's not showing.
Okay.
It's showing a single Allison. I might be
Let's
getting
check
the
out his
spelling wrong.
spelling. Let me check out his spelling.
Yeah.
It's double Alison.
Oh, so okay. Allison
Yeah,
Becker.
Alison Becker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right back. Reece James, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Tariq Lamptey.
Um, this is a very interesting question.
My
There's so many
my pick.
like
I might be biased in this one, but it would be Reece James. He has
I
been.
think Reece James. I think yes. I think Reece James has been brilliant, but I'm not sure if he's the best. Is he better than? Is he better than? I don't know. Is he
No,
better than
I
Trent
believe
Alexander
this season, not like at the moment, this season.
this season? Wait, let me think about the other clubs as well. Let me think about the other clubs.
Yeah.
Is there another good candidate? Reece James, Kyle Walker. I think we could put Kyle Walker in there as well. But he's not been at his best this season.
I would say
I
Reece
think Serge
James.
Aurier. Okay, I think Reece James. Let's put Reece James. I think Serge Aurier also deserves a mention. He's done very well.
Yeah.
I think it should have a double E, and one C, double E and one C.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reece James.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Right back. We could have put Tariq Lamptey as well.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
done
I
very
say
well.
that's why I double E one C.
Yeah, double E, one C. Yeah. Reece
Reece
James.
James.
Yeah.
Centre backs. Let's first
I think
do the left back
Thiago's
first. Let's do the left back first.
left
Robertson.
back. Yeah, Andy Robertson. Andy Robertson for sure. I think he's the best. Even though I would say maybe Luke Shaw is fantastic. But Andy Robertson.
Chilwell has been good. He has been a brilliant signing for us.
Yeah. Yeah, he has been. He has been a fantastic signing.
Centre backs.
Centre backs. I think we have to go with Toby Alderweireld.
Alderweireld. Okay. And
And I think Toby Alderweireld and
Vestergaard
would you
has
put
been
in
very good. Like I don't know.
Vestergaard has been very good. He has been.
I
I
would
think
say
even Ruben
Vestergaard,
Dias has been fantastic.
Ruben Dias as well.
Ruben
I would say
Dias.
Vestergaard does deserve a team. I believe in this space. Maybe a Connor Cody or a Max Killman as well. Connor Cody's.
Um,
I would give away his howler against Liverpool. He's a Liverpool fan as well, so let's keep that away for him. But yeah. So other than that, Vestergaard, Thiago Silva, Kurt Zuma,
I think Victor Lindelof. I think
Lindelof.
Victor
Yeah,
Lindelof is a fan. But
Lindelof
I think
had
I
a
don't think.
few. Yeah, yeah, not maybe in the Champions League, but yeah, in the not maybe in the Premier League, but he had howlers in the Champions League, a few howlers as well.
I think Vestergaard should be there for sure. I think
Yeah,
Vestergaard should be there.
Vestergaard, Vestergaard,
I think Vestergaard should be there.
West G. Oh, tough spelling.
I think.
Ah,
I think yeah. Vestergaard. Yeah, Yanni Vestergaard.
just cut like he had to change his hairstyle. He looked different here. Yeah,
Yannick
so
Vestergaard and who's with
Silva,
him?
Silva or Connor Cody.
Silva
We're
or
forgetting
Connor
someone.
Cody or Toby Alderweireld.
Alderweireld. Okay, let's go with Alderweireld.
Who
Central
are
defensive.
Everton centre backs? Everton centre backs. Who
Keane and
plays Michael?
Keane and Yeremina.
Michael Keane has been good, I think.
Yeah, even that guy from Leicester City has been good. For Fana.
Wesley Fofana. Yeah, he's been fantastic.
So
Should we put
maybe
him in then? Wesley
Alderweireld.
Fofana.
Yeah. Wesley for Fana.
Wesley Fofana, I think. Wesley Fofana. I think he's been a fantastic signing for them.
Absolutely.
Wesley Fofana. Wesley Fofana. Yeah. 19 years old. Fantastic.
Let's go with the
Okay,
central defensive midfielder. Should I just keep the name or would you like to add a few other than him? Most interceptions, most tackles, most interceptions and most tackles in the Premier League already.
Højbjerg.
No, N'Golo Kante.
N'Golo Kante. But should we not put in Højbjerg in there then? I think he's been fantastic.
Then let's play two defensive midfielder and a number 10.
But then wouldn't that decrease the creativity? I would have liked put Kevin De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes together.
Then whom do you consider for the CDM? Højbjerg or Kante?
I think this season, Kante. I think overall Kante is better. But I think if we're talking about this season, I think Højbjerg.
Okay.
I think he's been fantastic.
This I'm doing with a huge disappointment in my heart, but I'm doing this just because.
I think we could also think about Declan Rice. I think Declan Rice is fantastic.
Oh yeah, let's keep them both aside and put Declan Rice in there. Yeah.
Declan
Good
Rice,
shout.
yeah. Declan Rice is
Soon to be a Chelsea player, I would happily have him.
hopefully not to Chelsea. Hopefully he comes United.
Bruno Fernandes, no doubt.
Bruno Fernandes, absolutely, no doubt.
De Bruyne, no doubt.
I would have even thought about Fred. Fred has been fantastic this season.
Not over De Bruyne. I would never have Fred over De Bruyne. That would just destroy this team all around. Go on. Centre forward. Jamie Vardy?
Jamie Vardy. Who has been better than Jamie Vardy? I don't think anybody. Harry Kane?
Harry Kane. Harry Kane has been brilliant.
I think we've got to put Harry Kane, Son, and I think Rashford.
Salah.
Rashford.
Salah, come on. You have to keep Salah. Salah has been brilliant. So I put Kane in the centre forward position, left wing Son and
Harry Kane. Harry Kane, Son, and Salah. And Mohamed Salah.
Oh.
Mohamed Salah. Fantastic team.
Oh,
where did Harry Kane go?
So yeah, this is the combined 11 from Sonak and Animesh for the Premier League season so far. So
Absolutely fantastic team.
yeah, so has the creativity, has the CDM. There are a few positions that like from Declan Rice we can have Kante, Emil Højbjerg. There have been a few contenders, but I believe Declan Rice. It's very unfair for Jack Grealish. Do you like to
Jack
put
Grealish.
in place of Kevin De Bruyne? Like, because I can't remove Son Heung-min.
I think Jack Grealish instead of De Bruyne would be good for this season.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Grealish is a
yeah,
better
absolutely.
player than.
No one is saying that, but the thing is, I believe Jack Grealish has been brilliant this season.
I think instead of Kane, we could put Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think he's been fantastic this season.
Yeah, Calvert Lewin and Kane both have been absolutely brilliant, but I believe Kane has been a bit better. But yeah, but Dominic Calvert has scored more goals than Kane as well. So Kane or Calvert Lewin?
I think because I think Calvert-Lewin because Kane, the current role he plays for Tottenham, it's a bit of a number 10 role, and we already have Bruno Fernandes and Jack Grealish. So I think it would make the team balance better, with Calvert-Lewin. Yeah,
So yeah,
that is a
this is
fantastic
the
team.
team for from Sonak and Animesh, the Premier League team of the season so far. So I would stop the
Absolutely.
screen sharing now and I'll move to. So let's wrap it up by talking a few things more. Premier League fixtures, this has been a very hectic schedule for us. You guys play Leicester City next week, and you
Yeah,
have Liverpool to face in January as well, one of the big teams. Oh, you face Everton
yeah.
tonight.
Liverpool,
I don't think it will be uploaded
Everton
today.
tonight.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you have already played Liverpool Everton yesterday night. So
Mm.
Carabao Cup, do you think that is a trophy that we will be going towards? Like, do you think Ole Gunnar
I
Solskjaer
think
will put a strong team, or do you think it will be a sort of B team that generally doesn't play?
I think we'll definitely try to win the competition because I think we need to win a trophy. With this set of players, to really go on to the next stage, we need a trophy. I think. So I think Ole Gunnar will definitely try to win the trophy. I'm not sure. Maybe some of the first team players will get a rest today, but but I think it will be a strong enough team
Okay.
to
So
play against
even the
Everton.
FA Cup is about to begin in
Yeah,
I believe in January. Yeah, in January, FA Cup begins.
January.
Champions League. Sorry to talk about Champions League. Yeah, but Chelsea play Atletico Madrid in Champions League, and Manchester United play Real Sociedad in the Europa League. Even a competition, they were unfortunate to even after winning first two games of the group stage, they were unable to go through. That's a separate issue. We'll talk about that later. But
Yeah,
until then, guys, take care and peace. If you are new to this channel, do like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. But yeah, thank you for watching. This has been a long video, video that has been due for a very long time. Thank you, Animesh, for coming here.
my pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Definitely looking forward to doing more videos with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Even I'm looking for it. It was a brilliant. I had a brilliant time. Like this has been the most happy, fun time I've had in the recent times. Thank you. Thank you.